How will Jeice face his past when Lord Frieza shows up? Also, I'm not gonna punish Austin. Lord knows I'm gonna be punishing myself when Scarevember comes along. What's up everybody, StevDeS here, and welcome to another edition of Dragon Ball Days. This timeline answers one of those questions the community has had for quite a while. Could the Ginyu Force have turned good? What about any of the members of the Ginyu Force? They were such colorful characters. Could they have betrayed Frieza somehow and actually ended up alive in the end? As far as all of the Ginyu Force, Masako did it. So, somebody get on that meme. However, I highly disagree. And for good reason. It was a what if that's not really supposed to be taken seriously, and as per his April Fool's days, he can get pretty wild as far as what ifs come out. He tends to tackle the random ideas. However, the topic of this video could have happened should Jeice have decided to do something else instead of sticking around and trying to help his captain fight off Vegeta, Gohan, and Krillin all at the same time. This is what if Jeice turned good. In the last part, we saw the fusion of Burter and Piccolo for the first time, and that fusion, as well as a lot of the Z Warriors that were raring to go, helped Goku with Kid Buu at the end of Z. I'll say this in the recap so we can just get on with the rest of the video. Battle of Gods really doesn't change a lot. Battle of Gods was mainly focused around the Saiyans and Super Saiyan God, as well as introducing Beerus and what we now know as angels, who take the form of characters like Whis. There will only be two high points that I would like to address when it comes down to this special. The first one would be the musical accompaniment, as well as Burter and Jeice showing off their moves behind Vegeta, who's showing off for the bingo dance. That, that happens, and that entertains Beerus. And the second thing would be the pudding cup. The way I see it, while, yes, there are fancy puddings being served at Bulma's, I could see Jeice use instant transmission and go to his house. All the while, Burter is telling the God of Destruction to please wait just a few seconds. We will have a fresh, cold pudding cup for him. It's best eaten cold anyway. A few seconds later, Jeice teleports to his apartment. They end up getting the pudding cup out of their fridge, and then Beerus is happy. So then Goku shows up, Shenron gets summoned, a Super Saiyan God is born, and the end of the special happens pretty much the same way. Now we get to the good part! However, Jeice and Burter would be just as confused as everyone else when Shenron is summoned and Frieza is brought back to life. They would sense the key for a minute. Jeice would have a bit of a cold sweat, but Burter would relax him and say, look, that can't be Frieza, maybe it's just someone powering up, you're fine. Till they sense the huge energy, put together and coming to Earth, nobody really cares! That was the worst part of the movie. The best part was clearly the fight. Speaking of, the fight. Okay, before the fight, I want to address something. My own little creative spin on Krillin. As you all may have noticed, 18 wasn't brought back to life. She wasn't killed by Cell. So, does that mean Krillin is a single man? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say that he got a woman in the form of Colonel Violet. He would have stories about when he went to Namek. He would have stories about defending the world from Saiyans and King Piccolo's monsters and how he went toe-to-toe with King Piccolo's reincarnation. He would have stories to tell her, and she'd be quite fascinated with the little bald man. She, after some key training and some basic training, kind of grew a fondness for him. We don't hear about this relationship until Earth's defenses are gathered and Frieza's ship is appearing out of the ozone layer. Yeah, he's here. However, this battle is far more large scale. We're talking one army against another army. It'll be the Chikyu Force versus the Frieza forces. A lot of these troops do have power levels that are about on par, so some members on both sides are going to lose their lives. But what they do have on their side is the Z Warriors, because Frieza's not going to get his hands dirty. The Z Warriors are able to take out quite a few soldiers, and the Chikyu Force soldiers that do end up losing their lives, they end up, being brought back with the Dragon Balls less than a year later. Why not? Earth's advantage changes when Shisame actually takes out a whole heap of soldiers, showing off that power. After losing quite a few, Burter rushes in and meets the Leviathan of a man. Good God, he's huge. He's about as tall as Burter. That's also met because before it becomes a 2-on-1, Tagoma joins the fight against Jeice. Here, Frieza gets a good look at the people going up against his left and right hands in this outfit, and he's absolutely livid. Someone who he killed on Namek has been alive on Earth this entire time. Not only that, someone who supposedly lost his life according to the Scouters is also alive with this traitor leading this assault. Ooh, he's getting a bit nettled. However, before he can do something, and he does meet eyes with Jeice, and Jeice kind of quivers in fear a little bit. Before he does that, he actually kicks Tagoma to the earth. On the earth, a certain Namekian frog draws something in the dirt, and Tagoma falls for it. All the same, we do get Ginyu rejoining the fight. Ginyu goes and does his thing in front of Frieza, and just as Frieza is, well, he doesn't seem impressed. He seems very angry at the captain because the captain's right-hand man is leading this assault against his forces. After informing the captain of this, the captain decides that he needs to get Jeice back on board, and Burter as well. I don't know what the heck they're doing in such... What are they dressed as? And so Ginyu rushes up in front of Jeice, promising Lord Frieza that he will talk some sense into these soldiers. They are loyal soldiers of the Ginyu Force and the most trusted soldiers of Frieza's army. After Frieza died, that's probably the only reason they made a home on Earth.
Never fear, Lord Frieza. After they realize I am their captain, I will win their favor back and join you in punishing Earth.
Well, you had better, Ginyu. But 2 corpses would also suffice. Nobody betrays me and gets away with it, after all.
Just as Burter is able to toss Shisame away, he does hear his name called by Captain Ginyu, who assumes a position right in front of Jeice. Burter then regroups with Jeice and realizes he's just having a chat in the middle of this battle situation.
What in the world do you think you're doing?
Do you know this guy, Jeice?
I have no idea, Burter, but his voice does sound familiar.
It's me, you idiots! I am your captain, and you betrayed Lord Frieza!
The duo is absolutely shocked at this point. This is Ginyu? What happened? Then again, Burter thinks about it. He saw Raccoon, he saw Goldo, but he never saw the captain. He didn't see Jeice either, but that was kind of answered when he was brought back to life. What happened with Ginyu? Captain Ginyu then tells the story about how they had been wasting their lives whenever he got to see them as a Namekian frog.
Oh, so that explains it.
I am disappointed in both of you men for betraying Lord Frieza. You were part of the Ginyu Force, the greatest squad to ever grace the Frieza forces. And you're wasting your life defending this dirt hole of a planet?
You're disappointed in us? After we're leading this force?
You had deserted your post! Be grateful that Lord Frieza is willing to give me this chance to turn you to the better side and punish these Earth fools for daring to go against his greatness.
Kitten, do you know why I'm not part of the Frieza forces?
Well, obviously it's because you coward, which I'll punish you personally for that. You left me fighting all those Earth whelps by myself in a body that I was not properly experienced in using. I could have won with you around, but you had to mess it up.
I may have been deserted from your fight, but I came back. And when I came back, I was put into a corner that I couldn't answer for. I would have died if I had done anything. And when Frieza showed up, put a hole in me chest.
That only means you must have hesitated to join his side. He doesn't take too kindly to that, you moron.
Face it, Captain, if you even are a captain anymore. The Ginyu Force is no more, and the Chikyu Force is standing up for what it believes in. It believes in an ideal that is far greater than the one that you want us to stand up for. Far greater than Frieza himself.
Bad, I'm surprised at you.
Yeah, well, after what happened with you and Cell and Boo, I think I've earned enough trust as your co-commander, haven't I?
What? Your co-commander? This is nonsense! Join us in this battle, or you're going to die by Lord Frieza's hand! That's your only choice in this matter, Jeice, and it's the only choice I'm willing to give you.
Jeice has finally been backed into a corner, at least a corner of his mind. Emotionally, he's about fed up with this. This is the first time he's ever gotten to see the captain ever since Namek, and being put in this position really gets him nettled. A new look of determination glazes over the face of our favorite French warrior.
What Burter said is true, Ginyu. I'm the commander of these forces. These forces fighting yours, they're mine. And I'm not about to step down and be your second in command because I lived that life for way too long. So I'm gonna give you one chance. I'm the one calling the shot. So you're going to leave this planet right now, or I'm gonna make you wish you were still in the body of a frog.
And that goes double for me!
And so, the historic struggle begins with Jeice and Burter facing off against Ginyu and Shisame. Thanks to Jeice and Burter's teamwork, they definitely have an edge in this fight. And just before Ginyu can use the body change on Jeice, well, Burter throws Shisame in the way. During the confusion, Jeice blows away the body of Shisame, Ginyu, and Burter handles the body of Tagama, who ends up being Shisame in this case. After that, the forces have pretty much successfully won. All of Frieza's soldiers, they're out of the way now. Just as Jeice is smiling at Burter, things repeat itself, and he gets a beam through the back of the chest. However, this time, Krillin, as Dr. Sensubean, makes the scene, and Burter just calms his friend down, keeping him calm so he doesn't bleed out. Things in Resurrection F would pretty much go the same with Goku and Vegeta arriving, and everything happening as per usual for there. And this is where the timeline will close for now, with the next time that we see Jeice and Burter being before the Tournament of Power. So what do you all think? Might Jeice and Burter prove useful to Universe 7? How will Universe 7's team change? And what do you think of the couple of Krillin and Colonel Violet? Go ahead and leave your comment below! For more what-ifs in the realm of video gaming and Dragon Ball alike, such as the mini-sode Monday entitled The Adventure of Gohan, which will be continuing this coming Monday, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. By the way, I can't promise that. Things are really crazy right now. If you'd like to support the creation of these what-ifs, check out my Patreon and check out the StevDeS Discord in the StevDeS description below this video. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.